Hey, welcome back to Viking Preparedness. I'm Pastor Joe Fox. As you know, if you watched the previous video, my wife and I are out on kind of a wild plant exploration, mulberry picking. And this right here we wanted to point out to you, if you can see this, is called chicory. And you'll see this growing all over the side of the road in disturbed soil. That's what it looks like. And what you can do is if you pull it up, and it's been raining here a lot lately, you get to this root here. And this root is a lot like a dandelion root. It's a tap root, and it goes down far. And what you can do, and I have done this before, is you can roast this root. So you cut it off, you clean it, you put it in your oven on a sheet, or you could put it on a rock next to your fire, and you just roast it until it turns brittle and very dark brown. And then you grind that up, and it makes what they call a coffee substitute. Now there's no caffeine in it. But what it does, it's a dark, bitter brew that you can drink in the morning. And back during the Civil War, the Confederates, who were out of a lot of supplies, would mix this with their coffee and then finally just start drinking coffee, if you will, made out of this. So this is chicory. I'm sure there's other uses for chicory, but what I use it for is as a coffee substitute, and I don't do it a lot. I've done it sometimes. This right here is called Queen Anne's lace. That's what we call it. And normally it has a little dark flower in it.
It's probably just not
in the center, and you can't see this one, but if you're a novice at this, you have to check for that dark flower. But another check is you can pull this up, and let's see if we can do this. Oh yeah. Right here. And then this has a long root on it. And the test for this root is if you kind of score it a little bit and smell it, it smells like carrot. And it's called wild carrot. And my wife and I have eaten this a fair bit. And this is actually a very skinny root. You can get bigger roots than that. And what you do is you clean them up, and then you scrape them, and then you eat the scrapings like carrots. You don't eat this root like a carrot because it's very woody inside, but you can scrape off the white stuff and eat it, and it tastes like carrot. But there's another plant that looks very similar to this. It's like a version of hemlock that's poisonous. And so really you want to check for the little dark purple flower that's normally in the middle, and then make absolutely sure it smells like carrot, because the hemlock stuff doesn't, and actually has a different root structure too. But
you can also make jelly out of that flower head. You gather about 30 of those and you boil it in water, and you make jelly from the boiled water. It's a very tasty jelly.
There you go. And then here again is our mystery plant. One more time. I told my wife I thought it was thistle. She said it's not, and I tend to agree with her. We'd like to know what this is. It's got to be something. Anyway, and then here's the reason that we're here. This is a mulberry tree back in here. And mulberries have really weird leaves, and the fruit grows up underneath them. Here you go. And looks like that. Looks kind of like a blackberry. It's very sweet. It's very tasty, and you just have to pick them. Another way to do it is to lay a tarp out. This one wouldn't work here, and shake the tree vigorously. But that's all we came here today, was to pick mulberries. We have about, I don't know, a quart and a half of them. My wife's going to make some jelly or jam or something, put some on our granola in the morning. All right, so hey, there's stuff out there to eat. The Most High's provided it for you. Get to know what that is now, and the way you get to know that is not just by watching my video, but by going out into your woods and fields, identifying it for yourself, picking it for yourself, preparing it for yourself, and then consuming it. All right, I'll see you out there.